Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test.
Check, check.
Try it now.
Check,
Test, test.
Check, check. Hey, it's right there. We're rising. Oh!
Test, test. Test, test.
I mean, like when you talk into that, it's bouncing up down.
Yeah. Test.
Check 1, 2. Check, check.
That's how it went last year.
I know. Alright, well, I'm buying a new PC for next game. That's the reality of this. Oh, shoot, I need to change that.
Test, test. Test, test. Is there a huge delay? Massive delay. You just heard me say test right there. I know. Test. Massive delay. Test, test.
Why is there a huge delay?
Just had to read the center last night. Test, test. Test, test. 5 minutes late. Say 5 minutes late. 5 minutes. Test, test. You're gonna turn off the machine. You're trying to say test it.
I would just go with it.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is good to be back here at Bishop Hill Memorial Field for the return of your 2025 NPSL Northern Conference Champions as they kick off the 2026 season on this chilly evening following some technical difficulties. Sitting at a 58 degrees Fahrenheit, 14.5 degrees Celsius for those of you joining us outside of the States here for the Battle of I-29 here in Sioux City, Iowa. Tonight, your Siouxland United Outlaws take on the Thunder of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, looking to start their season off right in their home turf as we bring you all the action from the box. Thanks to our incredible sponsors, more on that here in a moment. As always, my name is JD Morrow, and sitting right next to me is the one and only Alex Schuler. Alex, how are you feeling about today's game?
Good. Technical difficulties gave me a few minutes to sit back and analyze the game here. Obviously, Sioux Falls got off to a very quick start today, scoring in about the first 20 seconds. Siouxland had a strong response there with some solid chances. It's kind of been a back and forth game since then, JD. Definitely something the coaches were interested in seeing how it played out, given this is Sioux Falls' third game of the 10-game conference schedule this summer, and Siouxland United's kickoff, as you said earlier in the broadcast. So we do apologize for those technical difficulties. There might be a delay in our commentating as well, so just please bear with us, but we're glad we can join you now, right, JD?
It is great to be back, folks. You know, a lot of people say it, but we really mean it. As we'll give a quick thank you to our partners. Thank you to Remax, proudly sponsoring local athletes, facilities, and communities throughout Siouxland. The YMCA, special thank you to the YMCA for committed youth development, healthy living, and building stronger communities every day. Thank you to Thrive for empowering growth, leadership, and opportunity across Siouxland and beyond. And thank you to Ho Chunk Capital for their continued partnership and investment in the community development opportunity. More on some of our more sponsors here in a little bit. As you said, Alex, a lot of back and forth here, not only for us in the box, which I know difficulties, but Outlaws, letting in a goal in the first, like you said, I think it was almost 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was somewhere between 10 or 20 seconds just to break down defensively, just one mistake and then a deflection, which kind of wrong-footed our goalkeeper. But yeah, fair play to Sioux Falls. They started quickly, and that was something I spoke to both coaches about. They both thought it would be interesting seeing how both teams started. Sioux Falls coach John Hikari said, yeah, the interesting thing is, we don't have any film on Siouxland United, so, with them not playing a game. But then the opposite side, Coach Alex Trent for the Outlaws said, it was kind of the reverse. He's like, we haven't played together, they have, so it's kind of the continuity versus the knowledge and tactical adjustments I think will be key today, JD.
The Outlaws season opener to Thunder having 2 games under their belt. Just like to see how quickly the Outlaws are going to adapt and Nate North scoring that first goal for the Thunder here. He's been a bit of a thorn in the side of him.
Yep, Nick North has been very dangerous today. Yeah, and it's one of those things, you have a unique tactical battle here. Both teams playing 2 different formations. We've had no substitutions yet in the match, 32 minutes in. So the same 22 guys that started the match are still out there. The Outlaws lining up in their customary 4-4-2 diamond formation for Coach Trent with a back line of Seguchi, Sasaki, Cohen, and Brown, left to right. Luca Felix behind them in the net, a midfield diamond with Furutani at the base, Igami on the left, Myler on the right, and Sakurai up as the attacking midfielder, and then Ogawa and Naito up top. Sioux Falls Thunder lining up in a 4-3-3 formation with a back line of Dobson, Berke, Denton, Valor, and net. Midfield 3 of the other Dobson brother anchor in the midfield, and Haggerty and Mirokana in front of him. Front 3 of Bennett, North, and Washele up top. And as we were saying, Nick North has been the danger man. It does seem like every time he's gotten on the ball for the Thunder, JD, good things have happened for him, and that's something the Outlaws got to be aware of moving forward.
Well, the Outlaws, our Japanese forwards, that's what's been kind of the danger man towards Thunder here, as he has had some pretty good opportunities and some pretty fancy footwork on good touches.
Definitely, and there was a pretty big shout for a possible penalty earlier in the half as the Outlaws go forward here. Should be a corner kick here. You know what a corner kick means, JD?
It's bringing it back, folks. Thank you to Thrive, Remax, YMCA, Ho Chunk Capital, Gold Kick Soccer, Get Branded 360, Reds Printing, Quality IT, Perspective Insurance, Schulster, Mike Murphy, Wells, I'm on, Chesterman's, Trunk Roofing,
Just started.
Specialized Concrete, Great Westerns, and Don Anna's Lanchera Food Truck. Adidas and the Passage for sponsoring us this season.
Yeah, definitely is a corner kick here for the Outlaws. And great play there, just missed a header barely up top there. So yeah, and as I said, definitely a delay in our announcing compared to the stream, so we apologize for that today. First game of the season, working out the kinks in that regard, JD, as well as the players and coaches might do on the field, you could say.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, just everyone working through all their problems here, up in the box and down the field here.
Exactly.
Beautiful pass here. Somehow managing to keep the play there. Showing Sadaki. Good option here. Naito. Pressure. Tries to work out to Sadaki. Three four defenders on him, trying to get to that traffic. Just unable to zero to close it back. Back wide. The Thunder is knocking her way back. Giving it up. Find ourselves here on midfield.
Cohen, a mainstay across the first 3 seasons of Outlaws football here in Sioux City. You know, we got a bunch of new faces this year. You know, Coach Alex Trent does a good job of moving the guys on to other opportunities, JD. So a whole new season, a whole new list of names, and a whole new cast of characters, you could say.
So much fun for us up here in the box. As a lot of Japanese guys this year. I believe we're sitting at 13 on the roster here for the Japanese players. Should be interesting to see how they all together.
For sure, we need to ask Coach Trent how much Japanese he can speak. I can only speak a few words myself, JD. I need to improve in that regard.
Me too.
Not an easy language to speak, though.
Definitely not, especially not for English speakers. Fun fact for you folks, it's an average of about 3,300 hours to learn basic Japanese if you go to English Japanese. Don't ask me how I know that.
That is your random fact of the night, presented by which sponsor?
Presented to you by Reset Properties. As we find ourselves with a pretty good opportunity up here for the Outlaws. Beautiful little cut across. And it's just a messy touch. Right there.
Yeah, last 5 or 10 minutes, the Outlaws have been very, very dangerous, really putting pressure on here, JD.
So, it was really great to see that. I would say that is a great sign of teams being able to just dive pretty quickly well. We have a little bit of backtracking here. So let's go back to colors, the staple of our Outlaws here. Captain for that?
He does have the honor of being the captain for the night, JD. You are correct. Yeah, and as we were saying, you know, kind of a unique night to kick off. You know, the weather's kind of a bit cold, chillier, kind of definitely not your typical NPSL summer night at Healing, JD.
Folks might have seen it a little bit earlier, but the sun is now hiding, but it was cracking through, facing the Outlaws' eyes. As we now just kind of have this dreary summer evening. But I imagine the pitch is a little wet from the rain earlier, but doesn't seem to have much tonight.
Yeah, Sakurai got taken out there. The referee spots that, and the Outlaws play quickly here. Move ball very nicely to the wide areas, trying to isolate Mr. Naito again. So it does seem like the danger man for the Outlaws this year, potentially.
Bring ourselves back to the top left side here. A lot of pressure on the left side. On the right side, barely creeping into the Outlaws territory. Outlaws able to get back into the response is that Ben Denton tries to pick up the field because he's slowly crowd. We just find something dancing here. Back and break. Some midfielder about 50-yard line. Just out of play and player down.
Shayla, the right winger. Also been a player, I believe, who's been with Sioux Falls for the last couple of seasons as well. One of the attacking players who's returned again for them this summer. And yeah, obviously these two teams are very familiar foes, only 90 minutes up the road from each other, and actually faced off 3 times last year, with the third being the first round playoff game here at Bishop Heaton Memorial Field as a block shot there by the defense. And yeah, so very familiar foes last year. Had 3 very different matchups last year as well, JD. All kind of different scores, different flows. So, with some roster additions, roster subtractions on both sides. Definitely interesting for panning out. And the Thunder about 5 minutes away from halftime and taking a lead here on the road versus defending conference champs. So, yeah, definitely interesting 45, 50 minutes still on tap though, JD.
It should be, Alex. I mean, I know we sound like a broken record here, but it is definitely a major factor that you expect that this is the Outlaws opening. And the Thunder already have 2 under their belt here, so it's just interesting to watch these two try to really get a call and response going. I know in the past I've said it a lot, but these two teams being so close in proximity really do have that sort of
Shot.
Oh,
and a
shot on goal.
Called it, JD.
Absolutely, Alex. Bringing us up on the board here, tying us up 1-1. 40th minute.
That seems the way forward for Siouxland is obviously, they're very technical team. The Japanese players can typically move the ball very well, and that kind of showed with that goal right there, JD. They had a bunch of numbers in the box. Sakurai is getting in the pockets. Igami is also finding himself on the ball as well. And for Tani, they're starting to get more control in midfield, and it's kind of showed the last 5 or 10 minutes when the Outlaws have dominating the match, And yeah, they definitely take control here right before half. As in the 41st minute, it looks like we're at a 1-1 game, my friend.
It's great to see this team, as we said before tonight, really starting to thrive well. Great first goal for the season there. Like I said, it's great to see the technicalities cut through and really see them able to cut through the traffic pretty cleanly here as Thunder is getting pretty deep in the Outlaw territory on the right side here.
Well, and as you've seen, it kind of was similar last year with Coach Alex Trent's team. They play a pretty unique system. He has to get a specific type of player in, and even just within this 40-45 minutes, you've seen growth within the team. The relationships tactically have been better. Like I said, those 4 guys in the midfield are working well. The strikers are giving some width despite starting narrow. And yeah, Sakurai seems like he's everywhere in the midfield. Number 18 today, just a workhorse in there, wants to get on the ball. Seems to create a lot of stuff and danger. And he's a player who, is currently at Iowa Western. In JCA school, junior college here, just about 90 minutes south of us.
We're at Big Brown, right side, crossing over back to Brown, looking for a man up the field, decides to carry himself here, a little bit of pressure, brings it back, and it's Nightow cuts it up across here.
Fantastic ball through there, JD.
Beautiful ball there. As we get a little bit of pressure here, finds it up in the corner. Back to Nightow, the danger man here. A little bit of fancy footwork, cuts it across midfield. Dancing here, a bit of pressure here as Igami cuts it across, a little bit of back and forth up the right side, starting to lose it towards the Thunder defense. Thunder defense able to latch on there. Evan Bolster will steal from there as somehow Taji Igami able to keep it in play. What a save there. Back and forth. Igami into the middle. Brings the run back to Brown. Goes way downtown here. As it's just, a pinball match now. It's just a game of pinball, folks.
Yep, it's definitely that midfield battle. Knowing both coaches, they both want to control the ball, control that area of the pitch, and that's going to be a big area moving forward. But yeah, Coach Trent has to be happy, and I can confirm that is Coach Trent there on the sideline to your left, folks. He did cut off the flowing locks this year as well. If you follow him on Instagram and stuff, you saw that a couple months ago, and people probably didn't recognize him at first coming back to Siouxland.
I know I didn't. I met him yesterday at I caught up with him yesterday at a Remax party downtown Sioux City, and I was like, why do I know this guy? Why does he look so familiar? And then I found out he cut his locks.
Definitely.
This is a defining trait. If I had locks like that, I would be cut.
Yeah. Big special shout out to Remax, one of our main sponsors, for letting us use the Remax Center as a club for that event. You know, they always support the Outlaws in a fantastic way and to kick off the season. Great showcase for the team and the program.
Absolutely. Just a real sign of the proud of support local athletes by men's and communities throughout Siouxland. Great facility, by the way, folks. I mean, I know
Yes.
they sponsor us, but beautiful facility.
As we enter the last minute before halftime here, as Naito, the danger man's in again.
And
Bundled over a bit. Referee saw nothing in there, and
hang on just a sec.
I think he got it just about right. It looked like it was more of a coming together than a challenge there, JD.
Okay, try it now. Little save there.
Joe Valor's kind of bounced around school-wise. He started his career at Southeast Community College at JUCO in Beatrice, Nebraska, and spent some time at a D2 in California. And now is actually at Dakota Wesleyan University, just up the road in Mitchell as well. So kind of bounced around, and that's kind of the case for a lot of these guys in this situation. You know, even some guys for the Siouxland squad are transferring from JUCOs to four-year schools. You know, transferring schools in between, and you know, it's kind of that connector and transition point sometimes for kids. You know, obviously these summer league opportunities, JD, you know, they can stay sharp. You know, a lot of players out there for both schools have college seasons to look forward to, college seasons to look back on as well. And yeah, it's definitely a interesting first half here. Coaches will have to make some adjustments as we head to the half at 1-1. And yeah, very exciting times ahead as Siouxland look to grow throughout that half, JD.
I'm looking forward to the next half. It should hopefully be a little more interesting out of the midfield with two danger men. But honestly, it's a classic equation that always works. So this should be definitely interesting second half here as we take 15 minutes. So we will be back right after the break.
Yep. It's still delayed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do less play-by-play.
It's so bad. It's not even funny.
Really,
I don't even know how to fix it without.
shutting it off and turning.
I actually might go grab the laptop from my big screen and
Plug it
try
in
to
there. Yep.
plug it in.
Well, and that's why I started doing less play-by-play, and I just did like talking over the game. Like, did you see Eddie's comment? Look at what Eddie. That had me rolling. Damn, look at his brother there.
Rattling off those Asian movies, yeah, dude.
Should I turn this off?
No, it should be
Because yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
Right?
the throttles.
Yeah, the throttle.
Because I have the exact same board. Because I used to have to work with this exact board.
Yeah, I remember you saying that last 2 years.
As long as the studio's down and these two are down, they should be okay.
Just don't say crazy stuff. I just unplugged the headphones.
I think honestly, I think the stream is just what's.
Yeah, it's a stream. It's not this. Because it's a connection.
Me too. It's bad. End of the first period for the Golden Knights, man. The match 0-0.
Insert a joke about that first half going fast. It's a good joke about the first half going fast.
Interesting stuff to see.
Yeah, Might just do this. Should I just mute him on here too? Should I mute him on here?